Hello, good people. Spot of Nerd here. It is day 30 freaking 5, if you can believe it or not. Day 35. I'm exhausted, and I will say that in every single video, and I will say the number in every single video. You're going to get fed up with it just as much as I am, but damn it if I'm not going to keep to what we're doing, because we have got a fun one, but kind of a doozy if you actually think about it, because the data is officially in, and for the first time in human history, today's generation literally is less intelligent than the one before it. We're so fucked. Now, before we get into that, because let's be honest, as much as I got to tiptoe around it just ever so slightly, I'm pretty confident the majority of us are not exactly surprised. And again, this is just going off of science, data, and facts. I want to be very clear. This is not my opinion. I do not admit that today's generation is less intelligent than the one before it. I simply am an observer of today's society and might have similar alleged opinions about said data that shows today's generation isn't as smart as the one before it. Because let's be very clear, we have more technology than we have ever had before, and yet we are less intelligent than we have ever been before. That means if you think about the many categories in life, specifically, I've mentioned this before, and other influencers have mentioned this as well. How is it with the advanced technology that we have today, everything in between, we are also less healthy. There is, I mean, I could go down, I won't bore you to tears. This is stuff you can literally take 2 minutes and look up yourself. Something around like a 400% increase in people that are on medications. What is it? In America alone, there's something like 2/3 are obese or considered obese. Like, the data is now showing the reality. And again, we could talk about it for hours, but there is now official scientific data backing all of this information up, other than just somebody spewing out some numbers. And I think it's pretty important to talk about, or at least braze over, because again, I got to be very careful. I enjoy having a paycheck, but we'll get to that in a minute. I first wanted to talk a little bit about something a little bit more fun, and that is Super Mario, because we are, what is it, February 4th? We are getting so much closer to the sequel to what I think just might be. I did a review on it, the first one. The Super Mario Brothers movie might be a perfect film. The more that I am thinking about it, I rewatched it the other night. It actually might be a perfect film. Seriously, I'm not kidding you. And I'd love to know your thoughts. Speaking of which, if you haven't taken pity out on me already, I would love you so much. Give me the likes, the comments, the subscribes. Do it out of pity or love, whatever your preference. But I would love you so much if you did. Appreciate it. But anyway, I was watching it the other night, rewatching the Super Mario Brother movie, and I really was just thinking about, I don't know what else they could have done to improve that film, other than potentially maybe bring back the idea, which I'm going to give you guys for a third film. Ultimately, even without that, I still think it's almost a perfect film. Even the casting of voicing, it's that fucking good, if you ask me. So, did a little bit of a deep dive-ish, kind of, sorta, and I wanted to show you guys some videos real quick. For those of you that might want to learn just ever so briefly a quick history of Mario. And then, of course, there also was another video I found that actually shows every single Mario game. And we'll talk about what my favorite is, because I'd love to know what yours is. So, quick history lesson for you. Let's pull up this video and let me play this for you guys. So again, this is just a 1 minute clip on the history of how Mario became Mario.
Super Mario was created by Shigeru Miyamoto and was originally called Jumpman in the 1981 classic Donkey Kong. With the success of Donkey Kong, it was no surprise we got a follow-up with the 1982 arcade game Donkey Kong Jr. 1 year later, Mario finally got his own game with the 1983 arcade game Mario Bros. Finally, in 1985, we got the Mario we know and love today with Super Mario Bros. For the Famicom and later the NES.
Literally became the highest performing, selling, popular game of all time. If you're not aware, look the information up. To this very day, it is the #1 game of all time as far as financial popularity, blah, 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 blah.
Super Mario Bros. Was a hit, and quickly Mario became Nintendo's mascot. With the release of each new platform, we got a new Mario game. The jump to 3D gave us Super Mario 64. The jump to motion controls with the Wii gave us Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. The final game, as of recording, was a love letter to past Mario games, Super Mario Odyssey. I wonder what the future will hold for a mustached plumber.
That's a very valid question. What does hold next for our mustached plumber? It's a great question. And it's one of those things, like, if you're not following the channel, you should be, because whenever I'm doing a gaming day where I'm just kind of streaming gameplay, majority of the time I'm actually trying to complete Super Mario Odyssey. I have, to this day, that game came out years ago, I have not completed it. So if you want to know, if you want to kind of walk through the game with me, definitely stay tuned. Odds are tomorrow we will probably be playing it. But again, I think it is an absolutely fantastic, beautiful game. And then a game, like I said, it got me kind of thinking about, like, well, how many games have there really been? What's the accuracy? Some of these people put videos together and it's kind of like, I don't know if that. But I found this one video. It's 1.5 minutes, and I think it's really cool to show you guys, like, just so you can see, damn, the sheer amount of content that Mario has actually been in. So hold tight for 1 second. Let me make sure this pulls up properly. Yeah, okay. So it's 1.5 minutes. Bear with it, but trust me, it's worth it. Here we go. Credit to Yoshiman6464, and also, what was the first one? Mojo Plays. Shout out to those channels. I have no idea who they are, but appreciate you guys putting out this content so that I can share it as well.
That works for me! Triangle.
Okay.
Is that not insane? Now, obviously, one thing this guy mentioned, like, let me know if I missed out on a game. There was, what came out? Gosh, it was the one that Nintendo brought out. There was like a 2D version. Oh, that's gonna bug me. I need to look it up. Hold on a second, because that will actually genuinely bug me. All right, Mario 2D games. It's another one of those games I actually need to play for you guys, because it is incredible. It was one of those games that actually got really tough, because that's why I stopped playing it. I got really pissed off with it, but it was pretty incredible. So what the hell was that game? Twister with the flower, something like that. 2D games. Switch Wonder, Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Again, fucking incredible game. It's been another one of those long days, but just to show you guys too real quick, let me see if I can find a quick clip just to show you, again, even when you bring back the classic gameplay and bring it into a modern day world, it's still incredible. And I actually, to this day, I'm glad I bought it because it was worth every penny, even though I haven't been back to it in fucking forever. Let me see if I can find something here for you guys real quick so you can kind of see. That won't get me dinged or something like that. You know what I mean? Full game. I just want a little quick clip. Super Mario, all music levels. Fuck it, let's just play this. Let's give me uno momento. Is this it? This can't be it. No, that's a fucking different game. Shows you how terrible I've been doing on this real quick, you know, as far as, oh gosh, love ads. Don't you love YouTube ads? I fucking love YouTube ads. But yeah, okay, here we go. Let me share this for you guys, just so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. Dun, 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 dun. I really hope this is the game. Yeah, this looks like the game. Yeah, this is the game. Okay, so let me share this. But this was Super Mario Wonder. No, Wonder, was it? Yeah, it is Wonder. And again, gorgeous game. But you can see it here. Beautiful graphics. You can obviously play with your friends. And you can see the classic nature of it. It's obviously 2D. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game. No, this is so not the right game. Super Mario. No, yeah, this is Deluxe. Okay, you know what? Just forget I said anything at all in relation to Super Mario Wonder. All I'm saying is it's a fucking great game, so you should check it out. But yeah, so then it comes down to the ultimate question of what is the best Mario game? Now, let's be clear. Take out Super Mario 64. No doubt about it. God's Green Earth, the greatest Super Mario game that has ever existed, is Super Mario 64. It is the first time we got to see Mario in a 3D world. It was the most amazing story of him saving the princess from Koopa, blah, 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 blah. To this day, even from IGN and all these other gaming places, if you ask anybody, usually top 10, if not top 1 or 5, whatever it is, will usually be Super Mario 64. So if you were to ask me what my favorite game was, I'm not even kidding you. I swear on God's green earth, it's going to be Galaxy. I fucking love Super Mario Galaxy. To this day, I haven't played the second one yet, believe it or not. Again, we're playing it through some of these live feeds that we're doing. Really super glad Nintendo did the whole 2 games in 1. So you could buy both of them, Super Mario 1 Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2. That's where I'm hoping to get through both of them here. But again, it was an evolution in Mario, if you ask me. Words are not coming together right now. I grew up. I got old. Video games have now become second nature, if you want to think about it. So what I'm getting at, though, is with Super Mario Galaxy, it changed the game, no pun intended. It took Mario and made it into an evolution. It really evolved into something we've never seen before. And the 3D graphics, the way the moons, like gravity and things like that, it was gorgeous, beautiful. Story was absolutely incredible. And I really have to give credit to Nintendo because, again, they always have to up themselves. They always try to change it up. And even with Odyssey was, as you guys know, is just beautiful, absolutely incredibly done. What they're going to do next, who knows? It's going to have to be something that's going to knock it out of the park. So I'm very interested to see how they do that. But again, it also led me down broken record. Spot a nerd is what we do if you're not familiar with the channel. I have the perfect idea for a third film. What is one thing we haven't seen in these films? At least not yet. We haven't seen Super Mario Galaxy yet. We haven't seen a portrayal of the original 1985 game in the movies, at least that I've recognized. And other than the sound effects. Obviously, you're going to have the sound effects. But what have we been missing? The visual side of it. So for the third film, there should be a time travel film. It should be based on time travel, where basically he goes back in time and the whole animation is like 1985. Now, it doesn't have to be a 2D movie or a 1D, whatever you want to call it. It could still be a 3D film, like a Pixar animated film, but goes back in time, has to save whatever, XYZ, save his future. And maybe that ultimately leads into the next generation, as in like the next generation consoles. It's kind of an interesting concept that I thought, but it would be kind of cool to put together. No idea what they would do from a story or direction, but how cool would it be to make a time travel film, Mario film, like they're doing with these current movies, tapping into the old classic 1985, but showing the evolution into the current 64 and then Nintendo Switch. I think it would be badass. My idea, Nintendo. Make sure you throw my name on the credits or whatever the fuck it is. So that's that. Right. Now let's move on to the fun part. And what I mean by fun part is, for the first time, as mentioned in the beginning of this video, first time in human history, today's generation is officially less intelligent than the one before it. There is an article. It's pretty, actually, I'm not going to lie to you. It is pretty good. So let me show you this real quick here. Just make sure. Yeah, here it is. It's a long one, so you don't have to read all of it, but it's from this WION company, whatever it is. Obviously, the title: Gen Z is officially less intelligent than millennials. First recorded intergenerational IQ drop. So, cliff notes, if you look through this, basically what is destroying today's generation is technology. As much as it's supposed to improve our lives, which it does, let's be clear, there's many different roads and paths of discussion and debate that we can go down with this. Ultimately, we are losing the ability from human interaction. We've lost the ability to interact with each other. And that's where I will say this out loud without any hesitation. This is where I will agree with them. Again, you could take 30 seconds and find out what I do for work with technology. And I see firsthand what technology involves when it comes to humans. It is fact that when it comes to technology and humans, it is every single day eroding, and I do mean eroding, the connection for humanity. We don't talk to each other anymore. We barely look at each other anymore. We are miserable. We hate each other because of what we post on X or whatever other social media platform. We believe everything we read. We see something and we automatically believe it without even taking 2 seconds to do our own research. Again, there's a million different directions we can go down on this, but ultimately, that's one thing I will agree with it in relation to the fact that I can't back up the IQ stuff. Again, this article goes over the resources, etc. But ultimately, technology has taken humanity and pulled it back, if you ask me. I'm not saying humans are dumb. I'm not saying we're unintelligent. I'm simply saying the connection between one another has degraded over the course of the last several decades because of technology. It should have had the reverse effect. If you ask me, we should have been together more now than ever. I look at Star Trek, and I know this is going to sound weird, especially coming from me. Technically, you could debate or argue that Star Trek lives in a socialist society. Everything is just better, advanced technology, peace between worlds, blah, 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 blah. But of course, they had to get there through terrible means: world wars, violence, blah, 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 blah. Kind of like we're doing today, but without spaceships and cool shit. So, what are your thoughts? Again, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments. Do you guys believe this? Do you actually agree with it? Because I wanted to show you one other last example here that pretty much sums up everything that we've been talking about. Because the big debate right now with ICE, the deportations, of course, is showing XYZ papers. Everybody's probably heard it. Well, you shouldn't have to show your papers and blah, blah, blah. Illegals deserve a right to be here. First off, they're illegal. Second off, they're illegal. Third off, they're illegal and should be deported. Not going to ever shy away from that. So, came across this post on my feed of Instagram, and it sums up that article about IQs and today's generation being less intelligent beautifully. So let me share with you guys my Instagram, and we'll wrap up this video. So let me see. It's a little bit hard to tell. I don't know if I can zoom in, but I'm hoping you guys can see this. What it reads, it's a meme, but it's a legit meme. You can look it up. This is legit. But at the same time, even if it wasn't legit, it's pretty straightforward. Serious question for the MAGAverse. Did you vote for a country in which you need to show your papers whenever you go outside? Question mark. And I love this because, of course, there's a big old circle. It is none other than a COVID-19 vaccination card. If everybody remembers that time period, which wasn't really that long ago, if you think about it, maybe 5 years max, you had to show papers to basically do anything short of wiping your own ass. And even at that point, I'm pretty shocked that you might even still had to do that. Do not, like, there is words again. If you can give me a straightforward argument that makes sense in some way or another to defend this whole debate right now, as far as voter ID, as far as showing, legal documentation that you are of legal status, show me why should not be the case, or why it is the case because it's the fucking law. It's very straightforward. You will lose every time because, again, everything you're trying to protest or you're trying to riot against, you've already proven that you've done that exact thing, whether it's vaccination cards, whether it's illegal immigration, insert any topic. And the counter argument is pretty straightforward because the facts are it's already taken place in reality. This isn't rocket science, no pun intended. It is the reality, and the bottom line, what you're debating, what you're arguing, has already come to fruition. And if anything, you're kind of owning yourself in a lot of these debates. So, from somebody who wants to show respect and honesty and integrity and human decency, sometimes I wish people would just take a step back, look in the mirror and go, what am I fighting for? What am I actually arguing for? Because at the end of the day, when I see some of these arguments, these debates, everything in between, you are literally self-owning yourself. Self-own. Yeah, again, words are not very good when it comes to me and trying to sound smart, but I think you get where I'm going with that, and I hope it makes sense. So, to be clear, one last time, I'm not saying people are stupid. Not saying they're unintelligent. I'm not even saying they're less intelligent today than they were last generation. I'm simply saying we live in a world, 2026, where we have more advanced technology than we've ever had before. But yet we cannot even have we can't have a debate where somebody has one an opinion versus another. How is that even possible in today's world? Two people cannot sit down and communicate with each other over a topic that they might have a different opinion on. It's insanity. And it's the same thing, like I said, for health. We are sicker than ever, but yet we have the most advanced technology, the most ways in which to get yourself healthy, videos online you can watch, exercise, blah, 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 blah. You don't have to pay for any of it. It's literally given to you for free most of the time. Sure, you might have to buy an internet connection and a phone, whatever, a computer. Most of this stuff, though, every single human being on the planet has. But yet, we're less intelligent and we're unhealthy. Make it make sense. Seriously, make it make sense. And I will give you the time, the energy. Come onto this channel. Tell me why I should think the other way. Why the facts are wrong. Prove it. Seriously. Anybody that wants to come on here, you know how to message. Throw me a message and I would gladly bring you on. We'll be respectful, we'll be kind, we'll be human beings. I know, crazy fucking concept. But I'd love to know. Tell me your thoughts. With all that said, though, I'm going to end this because it's the end of the show. But ultimately, thank you guys so much for watching, for listening, if you made it this far and all that good stuff. But ultimately, we will see you guys tomorrow. Later, y'all.